Hello, children, and welcome into our weekly look at the morally ambiguous tales that people used to tell their children hundreds of years ago. This week, we take a look at the bloody vengeance tale known as Little Red Riding Hood, told by the equally morally ambiguous brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. Once upon a fucked up time, there was a girl so clueless and bland that even amongst her own family, she became better known for the clothes that she wore than her actual name. "Come, Little Red Riding Hood," called the girl's mother, clearly having forgotten the name she had given her own child. "Here is a piece of cake and a bottle of wine. Take them to your grandmother, and do not leave the path, or you might fall down and break the glass, and then there will be nothing for your sick grandmother," said the mother, clearly concerned more about her glassware than she was about the safety of her own child. "Oh, and be careful with the man-eating wolves," she added, as she sent her only daughter to roam the dark woods on her own. It wasn't long before, surprise, surprise, a huge man-eating wolf walked up to Little Red Riding Hood. "Sup, girl," said the wolf, "and what are you carrying under your apron?" "Grandmother is sick and weak, and I am taking her some cake and wine, and these should give her some strength." Recognizing the idiocy of the girl's answer, the wolf figured he could help himself to an easy lunch and proceeded to ask in the creepiest way possible, "And just where does your grandmother live?" And it's here where any properly raised young girl, fully aware of the stranger danger signs that are coming from this possibly murderous wolf, would simply walk away. But not our Little Red Riding Hood. "Her house is a good quarter hour from here in the woods, under the 3 large oak trees. There's a hedge of hazel bushes there. You must know the place." Baffled by the level of idiocy contained within a single human being, the wolf figured that Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother would be as easy a meal as her surprisingly unaware young granddaughter. And so, he races off to grandmother's house, where he arrives with plenty enough time to swallow her whole, change into her clothes, and slide into her bed to await the world's easiest dessert that would soon be Little Red Riding Hood herself. When Red finally arrived to her grandmother's home, she had the distinct feeling that something was wrong, but proceeded to walk up to her grandmother's bed anyway. "Oh, grandmother, what horrifyingly big mouth you have!" Recognizing a good theatrical moment when he saw one, the wolf replied with, "Oh, the better to eat you with!" and devoured the poor Little Red Riding Hood in a single bite. Satisfied with the kind of hard work that made the wolf the top predator in the land, he decided to make the most out of Grandma's comfy bed and take a nap. The problem for the wolf was that, unbeknownst to him, a hunter had heard Little Red Riding Hood scream as she was devoured by the beast, and quickly found himself at the foot of the wolf's bed. Unlike Red, the huntsman wasn't fooled by the beast's clever disguise and could easily tell that he was looking at a wolf who enjoyed dressing up in his victim's clothing. And using all the medical prowess of your average hunter, he cut open the wolf's belly and extracted not only the terrified but very much alive grandmother, but Little Red Riding Hood as well. The huntsman then got Red to help him fill in the wolf's stomach with as many stones as they could find, and then sew him back up. When the wolf finally woke up into his nightmarish new reality, he ran as quickly as he could to escape his demented captors. But as soon as he was able to step out of the house, his stone-filled belly exploded, and he dropped dead right on the spot. Now, if you are wondering, why didn't Red and the huntsman just give the wolf a painless death in his sleep? Well, the main reason for that, my children, is payback's a bitch, and so is Little Red Riding Hood. This was a sad fact of life that the wolf's son would soon learn when he went to look for his missing dad. And when his father's scent finally took him to Grandma's house of terror, he knocked on the door. "Open up! I'm bringing you some baked things," said the young wolf. Inside, the devilish duo recognized the obvious life as a common wolf trick, and so, in response, they started plotting a Home Alone-inspired trap of their own and placed a cauldron filled with water and boiling sausages in the fireplace. Wolf Jr., intrigued by the smell, climbed up the roof and sniffed around the chimney. And as his mind was finally distracted from the fact that his father had gone missing somewhere around the same house, he slipped into the chimney and fell into the boiling water, where the vengeful duo sealed the cauldron and let the young wolf pup die a slow, agonizing death. And the lesson here is, you can fool a girl once, but you try that shit one more time and she'll boil you in hot water and feed on your remains. Until next time, my children.